everyone has been hearing rumors of our work on the coach feature. I think in the last State of Chess that we had, I said that there were big changes, huge innovations coming to the coach feature, the idea of a coach that not just has the ability to give you advice that we deem to be pretty awesome, given that it's coming from an AI of sorts. It's taken years and years and years to perfect that. I'm going to have some guys with me in a second who are more qualified to talk about it. But we're hoping that this coach becomes a friend of yours on chess.com in many ways. All the appropriate types of friendships, meaning that they're going to help you get better after your game with game review, maybe be involved in real-time play, other types of advice in terms of guiding you to the types of features you might want to study. I'm getting ahead of myself because it's been too long. I'm so excited for what this feature is eventually going to do. But let's bring on the team. There's a lot of people on this team, but I want to bring on the two brains that drive this forward more than any others. We have David George, head of special projects, which is a title that allows him to affect a lot of things in a lot of amazing ways. And then we've got Gabe, senior product manager of Coach. I know we're supposed to dive into Coach, but every time we have people on, I wanna dive into how they got here. And sometimes we have really funny stories, and this one is no real exception. Let's just dive into the back and forth you guys had here in terms of how Gabe was first brought onto your team, David, as you were leading Dr. Wolf, which, by the way, amazing app for people who don't use it. And we're going to talk about David's story in a second. But what happened here, Gabe? Your communication with David when you first joined the team.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, this was the pandemic like 4 years ago. Um, I, like many people, watched the show Queen's Gambit, and it reminded me of chess, and I was like, oh man, I miss chess. I miss chess so much. And so I started playing a lot. But I felt like also maybe many other people that I didn't really get a good chess education. And I was feeling kind of lost at the board. I was, you know, searching for something to teach me the fundamentals again. And so I went on the App Store and I found an app that's called Learn Chess with Dr. Wolf. And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. What's this? And I downloaded it and I found this kind of fictional character named Dr. Wolf. He spoke very eloquently, and he was there to play a game against and teach you as you play the game. I found it a beautiful app. I loved the experience, and I just started playing with Dr. Wolf. Like before I went to bed every night. That was kind of my ritual. Play one game, learn a little bit about certain tactics, and that was my ritual. And then it was like 2 weeks into this, and I finished a game with Dr. Wolf. Dr. Wolf was always talking about the chess. He's talking about like kicking pieces and things like that. And then out of nowhere, Dr. Wolf says, hey, this might be an odd question, but do you have any experience in app development? And I remember it was like midnight, and I looked at my friend who was sleeping next to me, and I was like, what's going on? Am I in the Matrix or
Dr. Wolf
something?
is real. Dr. Wolf is not
Yeah.
fictional. Dr. Wolf is
I was
real.
like, what is this? It felt like kind of like Ender's Game or Matrix of a moment. And I clicked yes. And Dr. Wolf said, we're looking for someone to help with our app. Email David at chess.com. And so I emailed David. And by the way, I do have a lot of experience with app development. So it also felt very personal. Emailed David. And that's how I met David and got brought into this world. Feels like forever ago. But yeah, that was about four years ago.
David, be honest. Were you actually like Dr. Wolf at the time? Was this like a Neo, just how far to follow the white rabbit moment where you chase Gabe? Like what happened there when you poached Gabe from the dark interwebs?
Dr. Wolf is kind of an alter ego. I'm not Dr. Wolf, but I know what Dr. Wolf would say. And Dr. Wolf was looking for Gabe. And so I'm glad we found him. The idea behind this app, that app started in 2018. The idea is, wouldn't it be great if you could have a chess coach? If you're interested in chess, if you're curious about chess, a lot of the people on this stream are super into chess. But think about, I don't know, a family member. Think about a friend who is maybe thinking that they want to give chess a try. And if they could sit with you and learn the game with you, they would have a great time. Danny, you've done a ton of chess coaching over your life, and you're a great coach. We have 1,000 chess coaches over at chess.com/coaches who are ready and standing by to teach you. And if you have the time to learn with a coach, you're going to have a great time. But if getting a live chess coach is out of reach, then how are you going to get into the game? And so to have a virtual coach in the app was the dream and is the dream of Learn Chess with Dr. Wolf. And so the past few years, Gabe and I and a big team, shout out to the team at chess.com, have been working to put a virtual coach into the chess.com app and the chess.com website so that anyone who wants to get into chess or give chess a try can have a friendly and fun introduction to the game and a friendly and fun way to get better and learn more and love the game.
It's awesome. This is super exciting. I know for you both, this is a big moment, a big month, because when you say that it's been kind of years that the team has been working to perfect this, that's really not an exaggeration. I want to tell a quick story about this because we get to do it on the show. So David, I'm gonna quickly say we had a funny story about how Gabe joined, but how you joined also was years ago. And I'll just tell real quick. So we were at the meetup, and our meetup, I think that year was in the Dominican Republic or whatever, or maybe it was Cancun. The team was together, and we were talking as a leadership group. Eric and I and a lot of the guys in the room were talking about the fact that this guy had reached out, and we have had a lot of people reach out and say, "Hey, we figured out how to make an AI chess coach, or how it can not sound clunky." And how many times have you used the tool where the Dr. Wolf is not so Dr. Wolfy? They say things that don't make sense for the chessboard. But we all were looking at this Dr. Wolf app, and we were like, "This is freaking amazing! Like, this guy has actually done it." And we're like, "I wonder what he's doing. Like, we should." Dave and Eric is like, "Well, I have his number. Let's just call him." So we were sitting in a random hotel room, and we called David George on the phone, and we're like, "David, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm cooking potatoes. I'm cooking potatoes for my wife, for the family, for dinner." And he was chopping, and now we have a video call, so we're seeing him. He's cooking potatoes, and we're like, "David, like, do you want to come to Cancun like right now?" And he's like, "Well, I got to finish dinner first, like, obviously." But you were on a plane within what, like, hours, or the next morning? When did you
It was
actually get on the plane and come
the
down?
very next morning, the very next
The
morning,
very next morning.
6 years ago,
So
almost today, got on a plane. It was awesome.
it was amazing. And so David George comes down to Cancun, and very, very quickly, Dr. Wolf as an entity, the being that is Dr. Wolf, and David George were a part of chess.com, and the work to do this right. I just want to acknowledge you guys in the team, because I think part of the reason this has built up so long is because we really, really care, not just about the awesome stuff we're going to roll out, and what it's like to maybe be coached by some of your favorite personalities in chess, but just the idea that we can accomplish chess advice that is super helpful and applicable and not clunky, and just helps you get better without you having, as you said, Danny Wrench on your couch, or Levy Rosman on your couch, but they will teach you. And so this has been super hard. It is one of the things that I think we have been most excited about for the last several years. So on that note, I'm I'm going to quickly just show a couple slides, because I want you guys to talk about the celebrity stuff, that you can already access this. Is it still in beta, guys, or is it already rolled out? It's still in beta, right?
Well, so just to take it from where we left with Dr. Wolf, we worked on Dr.
Yeah.
Wolf for a few years, but quickly we realized this is a powerful system, and we want to bring this to everyone on chess.com. And so we started working on this play coach feature where you can play against the coach, and after every move you get some kind of advice, some kind of feedback. You can ask for hints. It will he or she will let you know if you made a mistake and kind of show you where your mistake was. And so, as of a few months ago, we actually launched Play Coach out for everybody. You can play with it right now on your iPhone, Android, web. And so that is out everywhere. And also, another thing we found out with Dr. Wolf was that immersiveness is important. And it's really fun to play against a coach and actually hear them speak out loud to you, just like a real coach would. So, this is another feature that is out everywhere. You make a move on Play Coach, and you're going to hear a coach actually talk out loud to you. And it sounds really good. It sounds really real. It's really fun. And yeah, and coach is everywhere, because everyone can use you can use guidance wherever you are, whether it's a lesson or playing a game against a coach, or in game review too. Coach is there as well. Yeah, and I just want to add on to what David was saying. Chess can be daunting. Chess is complicated, and I'm sure you have friends out there who are, chess curious, chess interested, but they might not feel like they can do it, or they're not a math person. And that's kind of our mission too, to open chess up to the world in a friendly and not super competitive way. You can play games online competitively, but you might want to just play against a coach for a little bit and learn some of the fundamentals, or try some things out. And that's kind of our mission, to teach chess to everybody, teach it in a way that's digestible, and tailored to the user. That's something we're going to be
If I,
working
if
on.
I could
You know,
if
yeah,
I could jump
please.
in there, we mentioned earlier getting 7 billion games a day on RCN. And to get to that 7 billion games a day, everyone in the world needs to be playing chess. Get into chess with coach. We want to make learning chess as easy as grilling a pineapple or maybe eating a delicious grilled pineapple. That's where we're going.
Yeah,
I love it. You've been watching the whole show, and grilled pineapple for the win, right? And we gotta
Good
we gotta
show.
we gotta talk about that. Let's do it
I got to
later.
try some.
No, I mean, well said, Gabe. And it is the thing with chess, right? Chess can also feel intimidating, right? And it can feel inaccessible. And so I think the play coach feature with real time feedback is often, I mean, it's what I've done with my kids and many students, like playing that game and giving an opportunity to learn not vicariously, but by experience, right? And having a gentle, or if you're into it, an abusive chess coach, whatever kind of coach you're into, we want you to have that experience. And so, all right, we're gonna get into that right now because it is where we're going. Jokes aside, like we are trying to have coaches that have crazy personalities. You can currently find this feature within Game Review. Again, we're in beta. You can play coach. It'll be with lessons, but before we bring on our next star guest, we want to talk about one of the things that is rolling out with this is the personalities that you know and love in the world, and or even some of them that you don't like but you want to learn chess from. It doesn't matter what they are, they're coming, and there's going to be a lot of them. And so let's talk about this project, because you mentioned how amazing it was to feel like it was accessible and that it was an immersive experience, Gabe, to have the voice and the real-time feedback. Adding personality and flavor to that is even more of a daunting task and where we're going. So what can people expect with these new chess coaching stars and the AI, or the lessons that come with them?
yeah, sure. So we had a dream. We realized, wouldn't it be just amazing if you could play against someone like Magnus and Hikaru and Levi, the Botez sisters, Anna, and even you yourself, Danny, and actually learn from you on the website. And so that's what we've been working on for a while now, is creating these, you know, characters based on you guys, based on some of the best chess players and stars around, who really sound just like themselves and teach like themselves. And so soon, not yet, but very soon, you'll be able to select these characters as your coach, and you'll hear them and they'll sound like themselves and use the words that they normally use. And yeah, that's what we've been working on with David and team for a while, and we're really, really excited for people to try it. And we'll be creating more coaches in the future as well.
What this means is you pick, for example, Danny is your coach. And when you go to a game review, it's going to be Danny. You're going to hear Danny talking about your game review, talking in Danny style. Danny, you've checked this out. I appreciate that. And so it's Danny's talking. You're hearing Danny, and it's so much fun.
Not
You
only
can
to check
play a
it out,
game
it's
with
been it's
Danny.
been
Yeah,
no, go. I was gonna say it's mind blowing, the work that's been done here, and it's just, to say it's fun, it doesn't even cut it. And so much fun that we're gonna play a game with our star guests next, in terms of whether they can even tell the difference between their personality coach and the real life things that they've said. So that's going to be on the other side of the break with Hikaru and Levy. But David, as the mastermind, as the guy who first joined us when you hopped on a plane after you cooked some delicious potatoes. I've never asked your wife just how great that dinner was. I'm sure it was great. But you came down
it was
to
so good.
Cancun, and Gabe, you came not too long after, when when David went full White Rabbit with the Matrix on you. I'm glad we've had both of you here, and thank you for all you've done, the whole team. This is going to be something that just brings joy and delights chess human beings around the world for years to come. And I hope you appreciate how big of an accomplishment this is. And I can't wait for it to be fully live.